Welcome to Oastler Lake Provincial Park. We are staying here this weekend for 2 nights and we are checking out this little park to see what it has to offer. Plus, we're going to venture into Parry Sound and check out what we can find. Oastler Lake Provincial Park is located in Parry Sound, Ontario, approximately 2.5 hours north of Toronto. It's a beautiful spot with quite a bit to see and do in the Parry Sound area, including checking out the town from above, watching the trains go by, visiting a brewery, and enjoying the waterfront. The drive was pretty smooth, and we made good time to beat the traffic. When we arrived to Oastler, we drove right up and there was a window where we were able to check in. We gave our site number and it's paperless, but they did give us a map. And then we drove straight ahead to the waterfilling station and they have water towers on both sides. So no matter which side your water is on, you are okay here. And I think we passed the dumping station, so we'll have to check that out when we leave. And just across the way, they have garbages. So basically everything is right in this contained area when you first arrive. At the park store, you can also purchase firewood and ice, and they have canoe rentals.
Hoses are threaded. The water pressure is not that great.
After filling the trailer, we made our way to the Riverside campground area and had to cross the bridge to get there. The creek divides the campground in half, but it's pretty easy to walk the entire park. We found our site and had a very easy time parking the trailer. So compared to our last 2 camping trips, this one seems like it's going to be pretty easy to level. I hope I'm not speaking too soon, but this site is absolutely massive and pretty level. So 313, definitely check this one out. I did not speak too soon. I went inside to check and the trailer is perfectly level. So now all we have to do is unhook and get situated. Well, we're pretty much all set up, but before dinner, we wanted to do a little census walk and check out this loop area of the campground and maybe even get into some of the other areas because this park seems like it's going to be very walkable.
I thought these toilets were going to be vault toilets, but they're fully plumbed. It's a nice setup, and they're located right in the middle of the loop with an easy access point to all the campsites.
Walking through the 300 section, we've noticed that most of the campsites are quite large and level. There are a few that are a little bit rooty and a little unlevel in areas, but so far, we would probably take any of these electrical sites. We found the boat trailer parking lot area, and it's also right beside the dog beach where you can have your dogs off leash. It's a nice little sandy beach area. There's a couple of picnic tables here, and it gives you a great view of the docks if you are bringing your boat. We walked over the bridge, and now we are going to explore the other side of the park, on the other side of this creek area. The dog beach, you do have to cross the bridge for, if you're on the other side. There's quite a big area to turn around and back in your boat, and it can get busy on the weekend, so just keep that in mind. So the main boat launch area is actually on the other side of the creek from the dog beach area and where you would park your boat trailers. There are a few docks here that you can tie your boat up to, and it would be a good spot if you wanted to launch your canoe or kayak if you don't do it at the dog beach. This park is on the smaller side with just under 150 sites in 5 campgrounds. 66 sites are electric, and the rest are non-electric sites. If you're looking to be close to the main beach area, there are 22 sites in the beachside campground, and 18 of them are pull-through spots if you have a larger trailer or just prefer this kind of site for camping. This park doesn't offer any yurts or cabins, but they do have 10 walk-in sites on the Point campground that are radio and generator free. Okay, so update on the train. We are pretty sure you can hear it no matter where you are in this park because it is very loud right now. We happen to like the train, so it's kind of relaxing to us, but if you're not a fan of loud train noises, and I'm not sure if they come in the middle of the night, but they probably do, you may want to avoid this park, but so far so good for us because I love the train. Not sure which campsite this is up here, but it reminds me of Pride Rock if you've seen The Lion King. There are some really nice waterfront sites. We are on this one right now and it is above the water, so you get a really beautiful view down. There's an island out there with a cottage on it. It's just super peaceful. So if you aren't camping with electricity and you'd like to camp non-electric, check out some of their waterfront sites here because they are so beautiful. And if you like walk-in spots, they also have those here, and the spots where you can park are right behind me. There are 2 porta potties near the entrance of the walk-in sites, and these sites offer incredible water views and great access to the water as well. Train's going by again. This is the 4th time since we got here. We've been here for about 4 hours, so it's almost 1 train per hour. We had a late start to our morning. We actually slept in today, which is really nice. And now we are heading into Parry Sound to explore the area. We've arrived to our first stop, which is the Tower Hill Lookout and Heritage Garden, and I'm going to be climbing this tower behind me. It is 130 steps. This tower is 30 meters high and gives you amazing 360-degree views of Parry Sound. Plus, when you get down to the bottom, there's even a beautiful garden that you can check out with lots of benches and places to sit in the shade or the sun if you prefer. Definitely check this out if you're in Parry Sound. There's wee Ellen down there. I made it to the top. And I'm the only one up here right now. Unfortunately, Alan couldn't do the stairs, so I'm up here enjoying the views, and I'm going to share them with him when I get back down. Really out of breath. Really nerve-wracking if you don't like heights, and walking up those metal grate stairs because you can see through, and it kind of makes you dizzy as you're walking. But let's check out the views. Oh my goodness, the wind is wild right now, and while I was looking out the side, I could feel it swaying slightly up here. So I think I'm done and I'm gonna be heading down now. I actually think going down is much worse than going up because as I'm looking down at each step, I see below me and it's very far. But these steps feel very sturdy, so I have that to reassure me. And I'm on my way down, so that means I won't be up here in a few minutes. That will also be really nice. And right beside the tower and gardens is the West Parry Sound District Museum, and today it's open 11 to 4. The museum here costs $5 for adults to enter, $3 for seniors, and then $3 for children. But if your kids were under a certain age, they were free. On the main floor of the museum, they had a really cool miniatures display with miniature trains, and on our visit, they even had some miniature train experts here who were explaining more about them. And then if you made your way to the basement, they had a curling display. So this was curling throughout the years. They had trophies on display, some of the curling rocks, brooms, etc., and it was really interesting to learn more about the sport. We spent about 30 minutes here browsing around and reading the displays, so you don't need too much time here if you're visiting the museum, but it is a nice stop to add to your itinerary. And our next stop is Trestle Brewing Company, and we're going to get some flights of beers. Our flights have arrived, and I got 2 IPAs, a sour, and an amber because I love my IPAs, and I'm going to taste this one and see how it is.
Oh, she's just a little thing. She didn't need that much room.
Very hoppy, very refreshing.
Right up against the building.
So I've got a stout, a black lager, a couple of other lagers. Really nice selection here. I'm going to taste this one. It's actually delicious.
We just placed our order for food. We're getting the Reuben, fries, and gravy. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy our flights. It is a little warm in the sun, but I love it. Update on the Reuben. It is absolutely delicious, and we love the gravy. Our next stop of the day was coming down to the marina and taking a stroll along the pier. Now I'm just having a nice little rest here, enjoying the sights. I was able to see the observation tower that I climbed earlier today. And if you want to come down to the pier area, you can take a boat cruise, visit one of the restaurants, have a drink on the patio, and there's even an ice cream shop. So this is a 1 scoop, which is super massive. It's campfire s'mores, and I suspect it's going to be delicious.
Lily, let's go, babe.
Yeah, I'm not sharing. We just went to the Legend Craft Distillery here and tried a bunch of their different products, and my favorite, I have to say, it was the dill vodka, and it's going to taste really, really good in a Caesar, I think. And I also got a little bottle of the peanut butter whiskey. So tasty. They had a lot of great variety in there, and it was really nice to be able to have a little sip so that you knew what you were buying. Just as you enter, there is a picnic shelter, so it's kind of right by the road and the boat rental area, so it is a little bit noisy here, but it's nice and shaded and located pretty conveniently to the main beach area. The beach here is pretty big and in a crescent shape, so it goes all the way around this bay area. It looks nice and sandy, and even today, it's only about 22 right now. It's pretty popular. There are people in the water and kayaking. Back at the campsite, and now we have our Tommy Bahamis loaded up. I have a towel, a water bottle, a book, my phone, sunscreen, all in the chair, and it's a convenient little backpack. Okay, but now we're going to the beach for real. It's time for us to go check out the rest of the park. We still have to scope out the comfort station and then another section of the campground, but this park is really easy to see in just a short weekend because it's not very big, and that's actually something that I really like about this park because it's easy to walk throughout the entire thing. We just followed a random path up in the 400 section campground area, and it led us to the Oastler Lake Park store, which is behind me. It does not look like it's ever been in operation in recent years, but the sign on it says see you in summer of 2024. It is 2024, so we're gonna go to the permit office later and ask what the deal is with this, because if this does open, that might be pretty cool. So while I was getting my sticker at the actual park store, I asked about the store that we saw, and apparently it's on private property and it's some cottager that runs that store, and it wasn't open, but she said that she sees a lot of people getting ice cream there when it is open, so something to know if you're in that area. It's not actually associated with the park.
Honestly, the amenities here are a lot nicer than I expected.
We're going to continue on through the 400 section, and then we're going to go check out the comfort station. The comfort station here has showers and flush toilets for men and women. There's no laundry facilities here, and it was quite busy when we went to check it out. All of the showers were full, so I couldn't see in and see how they were, what the quality was, but the washrooms I checked out, and they seemed very clean, but probably just very well used. We almost didn't come kayaking tonight, so I was feeling a little bit tired from all of our activities today, and because the lake was really rough earlier. But it's super calm right now, so I'm really glad we decided to give it a shot. We kayaked over to the main beach area, and the water is much rougher over here, but still not too bad. Now we think we're just going to turn around and head back. I really enjoy the sunset paddling. It just seems very calm because everyone's gone back to their sites for dinner. The main beach is completely cleared out and it was pretty busy earlier today. So maybe this might be our new time to head out on our kayaks. Can't take that guy anywhere. Well, it's our final morning here, and that means it's time for me to let you know what I liked and didn't like about this park. And I'm gonna start with my likes. There are actually quite a few things I really like about this park. The size is one. It's so easy to walk throughout this park because it's not very big, so everything is pretty much in walking distance. The second is our site. I really like how private it is. It's also pretty massive as well. And there's so many beautiful sites throughout this park, especially if you want one that's waterfront. The beach area was also really nice here, and I really liked the lake for kayaking. On the flip side though, things that I maybe didn't like about this park, and I can really only think of one. And that's that there's no trails here. So there really isn't a lot to do when it comes to like hiking and stuff. So we ended up going into Parry Sound, which was fine for us. Something that you may not like, but that didn't bother us, was the train noise. We actually really enjoyed the train noise, but it does get quite loud and there are numerous trains that go by each day. So that's something to know if you're sensitive to sound. The dump station here at Oastler is just one lane and it does not look like you could pass here either. So if you're stuck in a line, you're just stuck. There is a threaded hose here. We've got a little recycling bin, I guess, for your gloves. And the dumping station also has a filling station here at the end, or you can fill up where we did when we first came in. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing around Oastler Lake Provincial Park. This is a smaller park, so it's definitely walkable and easy to see in a weekend. Anyways, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.